You set your alarm for 6 a.m. You commute. You sit. You answer emails that don't matter about meetings that didn't need to happen. You come home exhausted. You do it again tomorrow. And somewhere in the back of your head, a quiet voice says, "This can't be what we're supposed to be doing." Here's the thing. That voice isn't laziness. That voice is memory. In 1966, a young anthropologist named Richard B. Lee stood up at a conference in Chicago and said something that made the entire room go quiet. The conference was called Man the Hunter. Everyone there believed the same story we still believe today, that ancient humans lived brutal, desperate lives, constantly starving, constantly fighting, lives that were, in the words of Thomas Hobbes, solitary, poor, nasty, brutish, and short. Lee had a problem with that story, because he'd actually been there. For months, Lee had lived among the Zhutuasi, a group of foragers in the Kalahari Desert of southern Africa, one of the last hunter-gatherer societies on Earth. And what he found didn't match the story at all. He counted their hours. He recorded their days. He followed them. The Zhutuasi spent on average between 12 and 19 hours per week finding food. That's it, 12 to 19 hours in a desert. You spend more than that in back-to-back meetings on a Tuesday. The room didn't know what to do with this. Anthropologist Marshall Sahlins did. He stood up and said, "Maybe we've had it backwards the whole time. If people can meet all their needs in a few hours a day, even in one of the harshest environments on Earth, then the harsh life wasn't theirs. It's ours." Sahlins called the Zhutuasi the original affluent society. Not because they had more things, but because they wanted less and got it with time left over. That's a different kind of rich. So what did they do with the rest of their time? They slept. A lot. More than you. They talked around fires for hours. They played with their children. They made music. They told stories. Lee described their camps as places of almost constant laughter. Constant laughter in a desert with no electricity, no salary, no savings account. Ask yourself, when was the last time you laughed constantly? Not scrolled, not half-watched something, laughed. Now here's where it gets uncomfortable. We didn't stumble into the 40-hour work week. We chose it. Or, more accurately, it was chosen for us. The Industrial Revolution needed bodies in factories. Capitalism needed consumption. And consumption needs people who feel they never have enough, who work more to buy more to feel more. The philosopher Jean Baudrillard called this a hyper-reality, a world of simulations so convincing we forget they're not real. We forgot that the work week isn't natural. We forgot that exhaustion isn't character. We forgot that productivity isn't the point of a life. Here's the quiet thing nobody says out loud. The Zhutuasi word for themselves is the real people. Not the productive people, not the efficient people, the real people. Maybe they knew something we've spent 10,000 years of civilization trying to unlearn. You are not a unit of output. You are not your inbox. And somewhere deep in your biology, in the part of you that feels Sunday night dread before Monday, you already know that. The voice isn't laziness. It never was.